Do your shoulders hurt when you have to reach up overhead to get something or get something that's just a little too far away from your body? If that sounds like you, keep watching to learn how to help your shoulders feel better and stronger. Hi, I'm Dr. Rhiannon, and today I'm here to talk to you about some shoulder anatomy and also to talk about how to help your shoulders feel better. Our shoulders are a ball and socket joint, but the ball is huge on a really tiny socket. Some of the stability in our shoulder joint comes from our rotator cuff, and it's a group of 4 muscles, and they all have the same job. Their job is to pull that ball of our arm bone into the socket so that our shoulder stays steady and feels good even when we go through all the wild amount of motion that our shoulders have. Our rotator cuff can get tired, it can forget how to do its job, or it can be inhibited by pain. Today I'm going to show you my favorite exercises to help your rotator cuff get working better, which in turn will help your shoulder get working better so you can get that glass off the top shelf in the kitchen or reach way to the back of your desk for that favorite pen of yours. Keep watching to learn how. The first shoulder exercise I have for you today is a motion pattern for your whole shoulder. And what this does is it helps remind your shoulder how all the muscles are supposed to work well together. To do it, I want you to start by putting the hand that we're going to exercise, turning your thumb like you're putting it in your front pocket. From there, you're going to raise your arm up and out, making sure that you turn your thumb back like you're drawing a sword, and back down. And the rotation piece sounds silly, but it's actually really important. You want to make sure you've got your thumb pointed in towards your pocket, and as you come up and out, now my thumb is pointing back behind me. This should feel like work in the back of your shoulder through here. Should not feel like the top of your shoulder is working. You might also feel a little bit of exercise between your shoulder blades. If that feels easy, you can add a little bit of resistance. You can do a band where you hold the band down here and bring it up. But I think that gets hard because the more stretched out the band gets, the harder the position is anyway. My favorite way to make this exercise harder is to grab a little bit of weight. Even 1 or 2 pounds will do. I didn't have any small weights today, so I grabbed my speaker from my desk. I'm going to put it like I'm in my pocket, and then I'm bringing it up and out, and down and back. And even just the weight of my speaker makes this feel like more work. Again, you want to make sure the top of your shoulder is staying relaxed, and it just feels like the muscles on the back of your shoulder blade are working. If that's what you're feeling, that means your rotator cuff is turning on. Woohoo! The next exercise I have for you, we're going to do both sides together at once. This time we're going to bring our hands here and then bring them out like this. Again, I care a lot where your thumbs go. I want them pointing back toward that back wall behind you. Here should feel pretty relaxed, and as you come back around, it should feel like your shoulder blades are squeezing together and the whole back of your shoulder blade is getting fired up. Nice work. If that's easy, you can add a little bit of resistance. You can use a band that's a loop, like this one, or you can use a long skinny one. Either way, you want to either loop your hands through it or hold on to it, and from here, you're going to pull out. Now, this band is actually a pretty light resistance, but even with this, you can see how much harder it is for me. This one makes it a lot harder, and is a nice way to make this exercise progress. The next exercise I have is a progression of the one we just did. Now I definitely want you to grab your band. This is easiest with a loop, but you can also use a long skinny band to do it. What we're going to do here is push your hands out into the band. Now we're not trying to go as far as we can. We're trying to go from about here to where our hands are right in front of our shoulders, right in front of our elbows. And then we're going to, keeping that tension pulling out on the band, we're going to lift our hands up and then back down. So I'll show you from the side too, so you can see. I'm going until my elbows are at about shoulder height and coming back down. This exercise is hard. If this one hurts, scale back on it, focus on the other 2 first, and come back to this one in a couple of weeks. But if you like it, it's a great one to work on. This is one where I just want you to go to shoulder height. I don't need you to go any higher. Even the strengthening just to shoulder height will still help with some of your overhead strength. This is a great one to work on if it feels good and if it's not painful. The last exercise I have for you today, we'll do laying on our stomach. I'll explain it first and then I'll demonstrate what it looks like. This one is called an elbow lift. What we're going to do is put our hands behind our head And then laying on our stomach, lift our elbows out to the side. This feels really easy when we're standing up because we're not fighting gravity to do it. But when we're laying on our stomach, we're fighting gravity to lift it, and it actually turns on a muscle right here at the bottom of your shoulder blade called your lower trap. This is another muscle that can get lazy. It can stop wanting to do its job, and its function is really important to help stabilize our shoulder so that our whole shoulder can work well. Like I said, to do this exercise, I'm going to go ahead and lay down on my stomach. You can do this on your bed, on the floor, on a weight bench, anywhere you have that's convenient. Then you're going to place your hands on the back of your head and lift your elbows. While you're doing it, it's important that you not think about squeezing your shoulder blades. Really, the motion is lifting your elbows up. Do it a few times, and I think you'll notice that you'll feel that muscle way down at the bottom of your shoulder blade starting to turn on. That's your lower trap, and it really helps stabilize your shoulder. These exercises are some of the most effective and efficient shoulder exercises I can give you to help get your rotator cuff turned on, to help stabilize your shoulder. As far as how many to do, listen to your shoulder. If you do 5 of them and you start to feel like you're cheating or use your upper trap or make it feel weird, stop at 4. Do as many as you can with really good form. Eventually, my goal would be that you could do 3 sets of 10 of those, but maybe it starts out with 2 sets of 5, and that's a great place to start. Gradually build your way up as you get stronger, and you'll be impressed at how much improvement you see in your shoulder. Drop a comment below and let me know what you think, or reach out to me through my website, snowyrangept.com, and I'd be happy to help you problem solve other ways to strengthen your shoulders. Thanks, and see you next time.